Hey, what's up folks, how's it going? This is Waj. Hope you guys are all doing well, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Thrustmaster Eswap X Pro controller. Now this is quite possibly the most custom configurable controller you can get on the Xbox Series One, S, X, as well as on the PC. Now, we tested the original eSwap controller, which allowed you to swap out the thumbsticks and D-pad modules independently, so you can either have an asymmetrical Xbox-style thumbstick configuration or a more parallel symmetrical thumbstick configuration similar to what you would find on a PlayStation controller. Now, this wasn't a new idea. The Astro C40 TR controller also had similar capabilities, but thanks to the Thrustmaster T-Mod technology, which used a magnetic latching system for hot swappable capabilities, you could swap out the independent modules quickly and efficiently without having to use any special tools or anything like that. Now, the new eSwap X Pro controller that we have over here is pretty much the overall same capabilities, feature set, and design as the original eSwap controller. They've just tweaked the dynamics and feel of the actual button modules and thumbsticks themselves. On the ABXY buttons, you can feel a little bit more clickier, mechanical, tactile feel, and they've also increase the life cycle to up to 5 million clicks, as well as on the D-pad module. Now, the previous generation thumbstick modules felt a little bit loose for some people, so they've actually increased the physical resistance by 33%. They've also pre-calibrated the thumbsticks, and they've increased the back to center positioning by up to 66%. Now, this is still a wired USB-based controller. You do have a nice braided cable that comes with it, and you're gonna get the least amount of latency possible, which is optimal for any kind of competitive gaming environment. Now, in terms of the extra buttons and feature set of the eSwap X Pro controller, if you take a look at the inside, you'll find a 3.5mm connection for a headset, as well as a mute and volume buttons on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, you'll find two profile settings for your remapping capabilities, and on the back of the controller, you have four customizable mappable buttons that you can set whichever command to, and you can do that using the map button within the controller itself. No extra software needed, which is cool. And also the rear, you'll find left-right locking catch controls for limiting the travel distance of the triggers themselves. So if you want a full range of motion or kind of half range of motion, in order to get like a hair trigger like feel and reduce the recoil time of the triggers themselves. Now, thanks to the fact that the controller is highly modularized, you can essentially completely configure the controller to whatever your heart desire is, both in terms of aesthetics and function. So you can swap out different thumbstick combination if you want either different heights or the tips themselves, convex, concave. The side grips on the controller are also magnetically detachable, so you can change it for a different texture finish or different color combinations. You can swap out the triggers using a simple Phillips head screwdriver that comes with the controller for, again, different texture, lengths, shapes, or color finishes. The actual modules themselves can be custom configured for specific genre of games, whether that's fighting, RPG, whether you want a circular, D-pad, or really anything else, and potentially the sky's the limit, and the ecosystem of these modules seems to be growing quite rapidly. Now, apart from the standard black and gray finish that comes with the stock controller, we actually have a camo green as well as blue finish to give you guys a little bit of variety in terms of what you can make this controller look like, and obviously depending upon what kind of modules you're going to equip this with, you can make it specifically tailored to whatever genre of game that you like to play and whatever function or aesthetic you want to have for your controller. Now, in terms of the price point, you're looking at just under or around the $200 mark for the Thrustmaster Eswap X Pro controller, and specifically we're working on a direct head-to-head comparison between this controller and the Xbox Elite Series 2 controller. And what's going to be really interesting to see is how this controller compares against the best controller you can get from Microsoft. So if you're interested in that video, definitely check out the description down below and make sure you're subscribed to the channel or click on the card if that video is now available. In the meantime, check out the description again for more information about the Thrustmaster Eswap X Pro controller. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you real soon in the next one. Take care.